In 1293, the most powerful empire on earth sent an army to punish a king in Java. By the time they arrived, that king was already dead. A young Javanese prince then offered to help the invaders destroy his enemies. The Mongols agreed. It was a mistake. Within months, the invaders would find themselves betrayed, attacked, and forced to leave the island. But how did a prince with no kingdom manage to trick the Mongol Empire? At the end of the 13th century, the Mongol Empire stretched across much of Asia. Its ruler, Kublai Khan, expected neighboring kingdoms to recognize his authority. Some complied willingly, others had little choice. In 1289, Mongol envoys arrived in Java carrying the Khan's demands. They expected submission. Instead, they met King Kertanegara of Singhasari. According to later accounts, the king rejected the demand and humiliated the envoys before sending them home. For Kublai Khan, the insult could not go unanswered. Kublai Khan ordered a punitive expedition against Java. The campaign would take years to organize. Ships had to be assembled, supplies gathered, soldiers recruited from across the empire. In 1293, the fleet finally set sail. Hundreds of ships crossed the sea toward Java. But while the Mongols were preparing their invasion, events on the island had already begun to change. In 1292, Jayakatwang, ruler of Kediri, launched a rebellion against Singhasari. The attack caught King Kertanegara off guard. With much of the kingdom's strength committed elsewhere, Singhasari struggled to respond. As fighting spread across the realm, Jayakatwang's forces advanced on the capital. Kertanegara was killed. The kingdom that had defied the Mongols no longer existed. Among the survivors was Raden Wijaya, Kertanegara's son-in-law. As Singhasari fell, Wijaya fled with a small group of loyal followers. The prince who would one day change the course of Javanese history was now a fugitive. Jayakatwang had seized power. Any remaining supporters of the old kingdom risked destruction. Wijaya had lost everything. His king was dead, his allies scattered. His chances of reclaiming the throne seemed remote. Yet instead of pursuing him to the end, Jayakatwang made an unexpected decision. Wijaya was granted permission to establish a small settlement in the forests of Tarik. There, far from the centers of power, he began rebuilding his fortunes. For the moment, the defeated prince appeared harmless, but events beyond Java were already moving in his favor. The Mongols were coming. In early 1293, the Mongol fleet finally arrived in Java. For Raden Wijaya, the invasion presented an unexpected opportunity. The prince had no army powerful enough to challenge Jayakatwang on his own. But now, thousands of battle-hardened warriors had landed on the island. Rather than resist the invaders, Wijaya chose a different path. He approached the Mongol commanders and offered his services. The proposal was a gamble. The Mongols had come as conquerors, not allies. Yet Wijaya understood something they did not. His greatest enemy was no longer the Mongols. It was Jayakatwang. The prince explained that the ruler of Kediri had overthrown Singhasari and killed Kertanegara. If the Mongols wished to punish Java's new ruler, Wijaya claimed he could lead them there. For the Mongols, the arrangement made sense. Wijaya knew the island, he knew the roads, and he offered a direct path to their target. The proposal was accepted. Together, the Mongols and Wijaya's followers marched against Kediri. The campaign moved quickly. Guided by local allies, the combined force advanced deeper into the kingdom. Resistance collapsed before them. Siege engines battered defenses, arrows filled the air, and Jaya Katuang's position grew increasingly desperate. Before long, Kediri fell. Jaya Katuang was captured. For the Mongols, the mission appeared complete. Their enemy had been defeated. Their campaign had succeeded. But Raden Wijaya had been planning something else. Following the victory, Raden Wijaya requested permission to return to his settlement. He claimed he needed time to prepare tribute for the Great Khan before formally submitting himself to Mongol authority. The commanders agreed. They had little reason to suspect deception. Their enemy had been defeated. The campaign appeared complete. Once safely away, Wijaya gathered his followers. Hidden in the forests, they prepared an ambush. Then he struck. His warriors attacked the very army that had helped him defeat Jaya Katuang. Caught completely by surprise, the Mongols retreated toward the coast. Survivors fought their way back to the ships. The invasion of Java had failed. In 1293, Raden Wijaya established a new kingdom at Tariq. According to tradition, the area was filled with bitter maja fruit, giving rise to the name Majapahit, meaning bitter maja. From this small settlement, a new power emerged. In the generations that followed, Majapahit would grow under rulers such as Hayam Wuruk and leaders like Gajah Mada. It would become the most powerful empire in maritime Southeast Asia. And in one of history's great ironies, the Mongol invasion sent to punish Java had helped create it.